we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Here we go. Protein, Bill, rock it. Hey, lock it. Leo. Hit.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Jaguars at 8-2 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Rock it. Hey, rock it.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, I said it. Hey, exit. Leo. Hey, stand off.
Lawrence will throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And Ingram holds it in. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On the ball, roll out.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. The 40. The 20. 10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Leo! Hey, stand on!
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Look at me! Go!
From midfield now, Lawrence. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'm going to get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
On the double. Hey, Leo!
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another tote for Etienne. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Look at me. Go.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
They'll try to run with Etienne. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American. And the Jaguars are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Rock it.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Go. Hey, rock it. Leo.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Man open, here's Jones. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones with career touchdown number 60. And the Jags have moved out in front. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now Jackson on 1st down. A throw taken in by Tylan Wallace. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me, because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. ETN up the middle. And he's got some space here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Jackson on first down. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. Caught on the right side by Jones. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the 22, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Complete with 11 seconds remaining now.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes.
He's got a man complete. The 30. 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tylan Wallace, 73 yards. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Now Tucker to add the PAT. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Hey, Alpha! Go out! Rock it!
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Oh, they had a good chance to get off the field defensively there. If they could just wrap up, it's going to be a 4th down. But instead, they can't get him on the deck, and he allows them to pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. Tackled by Calais Campbell, who was an all-pro with these Jaguars.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, stand up!
Lawrence will throw. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the
coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Jackson now. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. Tucker now to add the point after. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Look at me. Go, go. Go, go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And the Jags. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Agnew now to return. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Hey, Hayward! Take it away! 6-6, pull it high! You're out!
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Rock it! Hey, watch it!
From the 45 on 2nd down. Lawrence. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. Touchdown, Jaguars! Evan Ingram with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Leo! Stand up. Hit it.
On the counter, this is Robinson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that... Oh, no, he lost the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Robinson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. On second down, a run with Dobbins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and 10. Now Jackson. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here at their own 23. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Look at me. No.
Robinson with another carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Here we go. Go. Man, hard.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Robinson up the middle. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jaguars, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a disappointing way to lose your first game as they drop to 10-1 now on the year. And they'll